Good afternoon. Well, thank you for turning up. It's nice to get the suicide watch, but at least we've got a few here for the last presentation. Just a little background about me. I used to many years ago in England we played a stupid game called cricket, and I tried to do it professionally for 12 years, and used to watch covers being used in a really inefficient manner. And as cricket is a dry game in a wet land, I spent a lot of time watching them being operated very inefficiently. So what we have here is the McLeod pitch protection system, which we provide and manufacture in the UK. We also work with distributors around the world. We have Covermaster, who represent us in North America, and we provide the system to the EFL. We have a contract with the EFL for 2 of our systems for every televised weekend for the Football League. We do the FA Cup. We've worked for the FA for over 20 years now, providing 2 or 3 systems for every round of the FA Cup. We also now work with Pro League, the Women's Pro League, providing systems for every weekend for the Pro League. Premiership Rugby, as you'll see, and we've also taken systems down to Australia and New Zealand for the FIFA Women's World Cup. So what is the system? The McLeod cover it's proven, it's practical, it's been designed working with grounds crew to make it as easily and practical to use. The material, which is vital in terms of what it achieves, is translucent. It's also extremely light and it's extremely strong. And unfortunately, its lifespan is very long. So when we do sell it, we sell it once and it lasts a very long time. Tennessee Titans, recently, who bought our system 7-8 years ago, have just now replaced the covering element of it after multiple uses over many years. The system has an apex which runs down the middle, which is a central tube that in effect raises to 5 meters height, which you'll see down here. That central tube does a number of things. It lifts the cover, so it acts as an apex, so when you've got rainfall, the water runs off the system. When it snows, the system can be deflated and snow can be removed using machinery and plants without damaging the leaf. The material is coated on both sides with silicone, which enables it to maintain its waterproof capabilities, but is extremely strong and you can drive over it and slide snow off the pitch. And it's also, very importantly, it has a heated airflow mechanism which does 2 things. The central tube is inflated with an ambient fan with a pressure sensor which inflates to 5 to 5.5 meters height. Once it reaches that pressure, it maintains that shape. And then we introduce the warm air which then circulates underneath the cover and increases soil temperature and creates a very vibrant microclimate underneath the cover. So here's the system in Sydney, Australia for the Women's World Cup. That's at the Allianz Stadium in Sydney. They had a pitch that came in that had been somewhat compromised during its production at the farm and was holding significant water. So we were down there for the World Cup and that system went in the night before the game and we kept 25-30 mil of rain off overnight for the first game out of the group phase between South Africa and Netherlands in Sydney. The fan heater unit here, as I say, does 3 things. Inflates the tube with ambient air and introduces the warm air which then circulates underneath the cover. The semi-automated reels, the system breaks down into 6 sections. And that reel, 3 reels, constitute the full pitch cover. So the area in terms of storage is literally 4 car parking bays, no more, no less. We transport the system in a 40-foot container. And central tube, top left, that's the tube fully inflated at 5 metres at height, which runs centrally down the middle of the pitch from goal to goal. It can be easily moved. We have handles down either side, which you can move the tube very easily with 3 or 4 people, and you literally move it just a metre or so after 3 or 4 days if you need to. And finally, we've got obviously the anchors at 3 metre intervals down either side of the pitch. They are loaded to 2 tonnes, which only with a maximum load really of less than half a tonne. So here we are. This is in Australia. If you'd like to play this is in Perth for the China, I think it was China v Sweden. We had 65 mil of rain overnight. So the system was put out early evening, and this just shows the system in obviously 3 sections to the halfway, easily zipped together, and then the system inflates using the fan heater unit, and then the water, as you see now, will be dispersed. The great advantage of this system, unlike any other covers, is that it's not flat. By inflating it, you can remove the water and you can work underneath it. So this is the system being then taken off prior to the game, and as I say, I had 65 mil of rain that night. The key with this, however, is that the venues need to make sure they've got efficient drainage around the premise of the pitch, because that's a vast amount of water coming off either side. And we don't want to cause more problems than we solve. This is another example, working for the English FA. We bring the system in for their televised games. This was at Cambridge United v Manchester United. So a club without undersoil heating. The system goes in ahead of the forecasted bad weather. We're in there 3.5 days before. That's the central tube inflated. And as you can see, it's a large area in which you can work and walk underneath. And referees can come and have a look. Managers can come have a look. But the key is to have the system ahead of the bad weather. However, this system is not a system purely for bad weather. It's a system that really can be used to manage and control your climatic conditions at your stadium throughout the winter. And I'll go into that in a moment. This is an example. This was last year. We had a new contract with the Football League. This weekend, on January 11th, there are only three games played without undersoil heating that weekend. And they were the 2 games that we were covering for the televised TV deal with Sky. And as you can see, we had the Walsall game on, and we got the Rotherham game on. Both lunchtime kickoffs. And as you know, the challenges of getting a game on at lunchtime, daylight temperatures, you know, that hour after dawn, it's extremely cold. We've got a very short window to get the system off. The system can be taken down and put away in less than an hour with 4 people. And at the same time, it can also be installed by 4 people in an hour to 2 hours. Like everything, if you're ahead of it and you're well organised, you don't really need to be putting the system out when the weather is bad. You want to be ahead of the weather and putting the system out to make it as easy as possible so as to avoid any issues that you might have. This was another example. This was doing some work for FIFA. They had a World Cup qualifier in Reykjavik in late winter. Obviously no undersoil heating. The system was taken over. We installed the system, difficult within a running track, so we had to put some temporary anchors in. This was there. We managed it throughout, working with the Icelandic grounds crew, and we had everything thrown at us, as you can imagine, in Reykjavik. Rain, snow, wind, and I'm pleased to say we were able to comfortably get the game on. Unfortunately, Iceland came second in the game, and Croatia did have quite a good side. However, it just shows you at the ease by which the system can be operated and moved around. Thank you. So, something's developed in the last 2 or 3 years. You can imagine we use natural gas or bottled gas as our energy source. So we always knew this was the case, but we've done a bit more R&D working closely with Labo Sport. And naturally, with the material being translucent and the ability to increase soil temperature by introducing the warm air, we were able to provide and develop significant grass growth in February. By, in effect, the CO2 levels increasing during the day with the soil temperatures going up, what we found was inevitably that CO2 was being absorbed by the leaf. So our CO2 levels overnight increased significantly, and as the daylight hours came in, as the light came through the cover, our CO2 levels decreased by about 65% as the leaf was absorbing the CO2. We're very pleased to say that the type of growth we got was extremely strong, which I'll go through with the Labosport data in a minute. However, what we're trying to demonstrate is that this system isn't purely a tool to save a match. Venues and clubs can use it and operate it in such a way that it's a management tool, that you can in effect control your climatic conditions, you can control your rainfall, if you've got heavy snow coming, you don't need to let it settle on whether it be your hybrid pitch or your under soil heating pitch. You can lay our membrane down, you can work off it, you can work on it without damaging your leaf, you can slide the snow off, and then you can either re-inflate it or take the system away. But in effect, you can control all those climatic conditions, which might help to, obviously, definitely save a game, or help to save a game, but at the same time, improve the health of your pitch. And it gives you a tool, just another added tool to help manage the quality of your playing surface. As you'll see here, so what you saw in terms of cutting the grass and that was in February 2023. So a year later, on the back of that, we wanted to get Labosport involved so we could get some data to replicate what we tried before. And we were pleased to see that over that period of time, this was last March, we were in there for a relatively short period of time. We went in on the 3rd and we came out, we had 6 nights. We took the data after the system came off. But as you can see, over that period of time, I'm pleased to say, we saw generally a 20% increase in the health of the pitch during that period of time. We're going to do some further work with Labosport over the coming months. And these were using their technology, their red box. These were the results we got on the 3rd and the 6th and the 11th. We also did, don't know, some of you will know, we play professional cricket in the UK. There's a county team, a professional team, who were unable to grow their cricket square at the end of the season, and we took our system in March last year, and we grew their cricket square from no grass at all. In March, we had a full-grown cricket square in 7 to 8 days. In March, with daytime temperatures being what they were. But very interestingly, there's a number of hybrid pitches now in cricket, and the performance of the hybrid pitches was phenomenal. The non-hybrid was good, but the hybrid pitches, the fibres are obviously maintaining and retaining soil temperature, and the fibre and the roots were following and growing very deeply, and as I say, very, very quickly, but in a strong manner. So the system is something to consider. It's just another tool. It's something that you can be a part of your armoury. We're in a situation where clubs can buy the system or stadiums can buy the system, and we can also hire the system. It can be used working with all your various other tools, grow lights, sub-air systems. It can complement what's already out there. And I'm pleased to say we're now in a position in the UK where every football league ground in the country can now use us both for their matches that are televised, and when and if they may or may not want to bring us in to help enhance the health of the pitch and its recovery. So thanks for your time. Any questions regarding the system? We've also got Covermaster here who distribute it for me in North America. We've got Labosport here, Richard's here, who's been around us with some of the R&D that we've done. And any questions, and thanks for your time and thanks for coming. Any questions? No? Fine. Thank you. Thank you very much. Cheers.
No questions?
No, it's fine, I think.
Thank you. Thank you for your presentation.
Cheers. No.
For now, I think the lunch is ready. Yes, the lunch is ready, and after that we can go to the field.
Oh, good. We'll get down there.
1:30
Is that right?
for the prize raffle and the award giveaway. So hope to see you there. Thank you all.
Thank you very much. Cheers. Thanks, lads. Sorry about that. Didn't need you in there, but that was all right. Thanks.
Cheers.
Well, thank you. Thanks for coming.
No worries. Good job, Nigel.
Was that all right? Cheers, lads.
Good job. You didn't have MLS up there.
No, I didn't, did I? Shit, no. Sorry.
Next time you do a presentation.
MLS. Have we got it? Have we got it? Oh, of course, yeah. BMO.
You had
Shit.
the picture up.
Yeah. Thank you very much. Cheers. Thank you.
I'll take this one. You should start making the sound for dokus and stuff like that.